for the Shop Report with
Barbershop Jay.
Well, hello, sports fans. Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RDM Detroit, or you can slide on over to the website rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. And make sure when you're there, while you're there, you tell them the BSJ sent you.
That's right.
And for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so, and we'll throw it up on the screen. And y'all know what's coming next. If you're one of them folks that wants to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
With that being said, joining me on the program. Oh man, y'all not supposed to do that right now. Oh my gosh, no intros, man. Oh wow, really? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Joey James, aka Double J. Yeah, I mean, no need to tell people what you say. Hey, can y'all see me decent enough here? Is my lighting good? Huh?
Yeah, you're lighting good. I know you're trying to show off.
Hey.
Never asked that question.
Anyway,
but he got a haircut today. Now he want to know if the lighting is good. It's been the same light you've been doing the show. It's the same light. Now all of a sudden, why would it be different?
Yeah.
Well, look at him. Chris, he been doing this all this in the pre-show taping. He been doing all this, all this. Look, I done been to the shop too.
Got lined up.
My lighting been good. My lighting been good.
Hey, listen. I paid for my son. I paid for my son to go to Barber College. I gotta get my money's worth. That's all I'm trying to say.
Hey, got you together. There you go.
You put together today, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. I just was, bro. I'm telling you, I've been going through it these last couple of days, man. First of all, I want to shout out to the folks out there to be tuning in. You understand me? Yeah, I want to apologize. Wasn't nothing jumping off Wednesday or Thursday. Had some family members come in from out of town that I hadn't seen in a while. And it was kind of impromptu, so we had to make adjustments. But y'all know how we do. We are here today. We got a nice little lineup for you all today, or should I say a few items on the menu all. You understand? We're going to talk about Pete Rose, finally, posthumously, however you want to say that, shout out, I guess. Okay, they're removed from the ineligible list or whatever it is. And we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs has been going down. The Cavs, unfortunately, boo. Oh, we don't have no boo. We got no boo. Do we got a boo? Nah, I guess not. Anyway, I do give you one of these.
Oh, hell no.
The way they went out, or whatever the case may be. But up first, let's get the show going. You understand me? Let's get it started. The NFL schedule release. Yeah, you all impressed with that? No, maybe.
Hey, it's exciting times, right?
I didn't like how you said that, bro. Let me rephrase the question.
Oh, no.
Did you all like the schedule release videos for the NFL schedule release?
Some of them were pretty cool.
Okay, well, then we'll come back to that. I just had to ask that first just to put that out there because y'all know my memory is terrible and I just didn't want to forget. But the first thing I definitely want to discuss, okay, because if I didn't say that, I would have forgot. Mike Greenberg said about Pete Rose, okay, a lifetime ban from employment in baseball was appropriate for Pete Rose, but the Hall of Fame should never have been connected to that. He should have been in decades ago. Do you all agree?
Absolutely.
Okay, and why?
Because what he did for the game of baseball, he didn't do anything to the game of baseball, is what he did for the game of baseball. And how he was an ambassador for the way the game is played, the pride you should have for a franchise, for a team, how to approach playing the baseball, how to appreciate it, and what it was. Everything about what he did. That includes, dare I say, him having such a zealous belief in the game that he bet on himself to win, which is what everyone does when they suit up, or they should. So I get the idea, the improprieties that existed from times long ago that you shouldn't bet on baseball or whatever else, even though everybody been doing it, and they have been doing it, and they gonna keep doing it, and they was doing it beforehand. Irrespective of all of that, Pete Rose and what he did for the game of baseball is why he should be in Hall of Fame, because you are forfeiting your ability to have a great ambassador for your game by punishing him for whatever, according to your hypocritical standards. Remember, Pete Rose wasn't in there. How long did it take before y'all got somebody with my skin to play across the diamond? So what are we talking about here?
Yeah. I don't know who the Reds broadcaster is. If you could bring us. Oh, thank you very much, Double J. Stop playing with the buttons, my gosh. I don't know who the Reds broadcaster was, but he said in so many words, if I'm the family, y'all can keep it. What good is it now? That's a slap in the face, bro. That's a slap in the face. And as soon as Double J, I asked him in the private chat, I meant to do it before we came on here to throw up. I think you can go to baseballreference.com or something like that. There is
free plug.
Oh, wow. Yeah, duh. There is his resume is unbelievable.
Right.
Unbelievable, bruh. And just off the top of my dome, y'all know my memory's terrible now. That's TURRIBLE, terrible. But he made the All-Star game at like 5 different positions.
Yeah. People think that baseball is it's the same thing with just a mitt, and you just stand differently, but you play it the same way. Nah, it is totally different.
Bruh, Charlie Hustle. The Big Red Machine.
That's right.
That 76 squad, Joe Morgan and all of them, man. Come on, man. Who else was on? Johnny Bench was on that squad too.
Don't forget, we have a drop from someone on that roster as well.
No. What's his name? Oh, dag never. I play for a lot of teams. Is it him?
Right. That's right.
Yeah. I can't think of his name. Graham.
Wait a minute. He was on the 76 Reds?
Yes, bro. He was a part of the Big Red Machine.
No, wait. Whoa.
Wait a minute. He was on
the any props, fellas. Come on.
Huh?
I mean, think about it. Doc Gooden, right? Like, if they're a drop on this show that Double J's personally done, they've made history in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, well, I mean, just shout out to Double J for patting himself on the back. Detroit fan man, baby, weighing in. Hey, fellas, what it do, Detroit fan man? I mean, this would be different if he bet on his team to lose. When breaking the rules feels admirable. Get that man in the hall.
Amen. I understand that you got different.
What's so funny about that?
I recognize we got different backgrounds here, but the word is amen.
He said, hey, fellas, amen.
No, that ain't what you said.
What I say?
Oh, man.
No, man.
Amen.
Yeah, right on cue.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow. Really? That's what you're doing? Okay.
Right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mrs. Alva. Yeah, welcome back. What did I say?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but
you read it. That's all.
Hey, he just par for the course from Monday.
What is it? As I'm talking after dark already. Hey,
no, not that one. You just totally just misread that one, but that's all right though. We love you, bro.
Okay, well, hey, listen, man, sue me. How about that? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm with Greenberg, man, and I don't agree with him often,
right?
But I am on this one
because what is the Baseball Hall of Fame for anybody that's there that gets honored? It is an opportunity, if no other time, to be a bit we call it selfish, But that is a time where you get appreciation bestowed upon you. That's the time when you're supposed to get your flowers. And so the family doesn't do much for him to be in the Hall of Fame. It don't do much for the family because he wanted to be there for their sake. So what does it do for the family that he's not there to celebrate that he in?
What does it do, period, though? Putting him in now at this point means what? And I forget what Manfred's explanation was. You know, it was I meant to look that up too. Y'all got to forgive me. But I mean, it was wacky. I mean, come on, bro.
Oh, so Manfred offered he offered the explanation for why Pete Rose.
Yeah, it was some. Yeah, it was some, the explanation was bass awkward. It really was. It really was. No, Double J, and put it in the corner over there. Oh boy.
Well, that's just text. That's the problem.
Oh, do the other one.
All right. So for
do the other one
here. Wait. Oh well.
Stack us to the left like you had us earlier.
Yeah.
So you can see this.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. The
way we or there we go. Yeah. All right, and handle the comments here. I'm gonna read here. What we see here. No, Double J, you got to scroll. No, I want to see his. No. Scroll down. There should be a list of his accolades.
Oh, these are spelled out.
No. It was no. Don't go to ESPN. Go to somebody like maybe Wikipedia or something like that, if they'll let you.
Oh, let's see here.
Yeah, but in the meantime, bruh, the dude, if nothing else, how many players? When we talking about, you got some your George Bretts, your Mike Schmitz, your El Duques. I know I'm talking about he was a pitcher or whatever. You got players. I'm just thinking of name players. How many of them played in the All-Star game at different positions or made the All-Star game, the Major League Baseball All-Star game, you know, as a center fielder, second baseman, first baseman, left fielder, shortstop. I don't know if he ever did shortstop, but I'm just saying, bro, how many? Ohtani is the only guy I can think of right now that will be in the All-Star game as a pitcher and a hitter of type of, well, I guess it's one and the same. You still got to come up to bat. But I just can't think of nobody else right now, bro.
Right.
I can't. Yeah, bro. Come on, man. At the end of the day, man, Pete Rose should have been in. Hey, don't highlight me, man. Nobody want to see me, man, in that chair back there. Double J, stop with the buttons, will you? This dude right here, man. Oh my gosh.
Not the buttons, not the gumdrop
man, buttons. Stop with the buttons, will you?
Hey, you got to add that to our lexicon. Stop with the buttons, will you?
No, we don't have to add that to no lexicon. Double J, come on now. Let me know what you think, man. Pete Rose should have been in, or should he, or what they giving him right now after he done passed already? Is that good enough?
No, I agree. He should have already been in. This is par for the course for baseball in that respect with how they've approached this historically, unfortunately. What I was going to mention in that Hall of Fame argument article is that Rose played for the entirety of Bobby Bonds' career and managed against his son, of course, Barry. He was, of course, most associated, however, with Ty Cobb, who, again, was born into the, again, legendary Detroit Tiger, was born in the beginning of the 19th century when baseball changed the walk rule from 8 balls to 4 in 1889. The final hit of Cobb's career occurred in 1928, a year before the Great Depression. A pinch double in the first game of a doubleheader in Washington. 57 years later, Rose singled to left field, hitting number 4,192. Tony Gwynn, of course, who retired in 2001 with 3,141 hits of his own, was in right field that night. So when you're talking about who he did these things with and who he was compared to, his greatness almost kind of transcended all of the eras. Like it had a sampling of from the early versus the what we would consider kind of the more modern. Matter of fact, I jokingly mentioned if folks have been on this program or in a drop, then they did something legendary. When you think of some of the great pitchers in particular, and that's where I had it up originally, our own Doc Gooden, of course, a fantastic legendary pitcher in his own right.
There's no question.
Right.
The hit rate, his hit percentage on Gooden was like, I want to say almost like 400.
Really? No, man. With that curveball, Doc Gooden's curveball was nasty, bruh. Okay.
It's unbelievable.
Okay. Well, let me throw this out here too, though. We all know who Tim Kirchin is, right?
Yep.
Tim Kirchin is to baseball what Buster Olney is, right? When it comes to reporting, what Adam Schefter is for the NFL and so on and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I forget who I was watching or listening to, but he was asked that, obviously, about Pete Rose. What was he okay with him getting in? And he was like, yes, I would say he should be in the Hall of Fame, but he had a conversation with Frank Robinson.
Okay.
All right. Now, a lot of times we say, well, I do anyway. It's not who so much saying it that validates as it is whether or not what's being said makes sense. But there are some people when they say it, you got to give credence to them. All right. Okay. Frank Robinson said, this is Tim Kirchin saying now. Frank Robinson told him that he would never set foot nowhere near the Hall of Fame if Pete Rose was in.
Why?
Well, because he felt like he did something just so egregious to the game of basketball. The game of baseball, and you just don't do. Now that's Frank Robinson, though.
Yeah, but again, the gatekeeping from the old guard, I think, is why it took so long. That yes, it was looked at as serious as it could be if we wanted to have. If things were as they were, right? You got to go to, Bugsy Siegel's still running the Flamingo. Right? Like that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? That era is what Frank
we all saw
talking about.
Yeah, we all saw The Godfather.
And so, to his point, that's why I think it's valid that he said what he said, because the era that he was in, it was absolutely as egregious as it sounds. Today, we're seeing people who don't even barely contribute get kicked out of their respective league for gambling of some way, shape, or form. And so, unfortunately,
that's why I don't understand, bro. It's all predicated.
Norm. This guy, at least, if you're going to do it, I don't know. Look, in a world of fantasy football, if I knew my fantasy, if I got to pick between two receivers, and I know that the guy on my, option A bet on himself to get 7 targets and 70 yards and a touchdown, and guy B was unwilling to, do you see how I might feel like I wouldn't condemn A. I would be thrilled that I have A and we share and we share that. That's why we see.
Yeah, because he's gonna make them parlays pop.
Well, that's kind of my concept here is that there's players every year that'll say bleep your fantasy football team, and then there are others that are like, I'm trying to get you guys 100 yards and do as well as I absolutely can, and it's like, and he's being carried.
And those are the ones that are beloved in the
square.
Fantasy communities, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's big business though. They got fantasy shows now, like they got pregame shows to the game.
You do one here.
Yeah, exactly. Detroit fan man weighing in again. He says, did a little research. found a 2014 article. Allegedly, Robinson was bothered Rose never showed remorse after years of lying. Oh.
Does that do anything for you? Either of you? He's not sorry for betting on himself.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you on a straight up though, bro. Regardless, because Frank Robinson, you know, he's an icon in the sport. He has icons in sports, period. Okay, so this ain't no knock against my man Frank Rob, baby. But even before any of this became a thing, when Pete Rose first got banned, and I remember that, I was like, bruh, I looked at what he did, you know, on the field, and I'm like, man. So, and I'm not saying you got to be, I don't really want to use no strong words here. You got to be somebody who really wild, you know, taking people's lives, God forbid, and things of that nature. But who in the Hall of Fame is it right now that don't have something that they should be ashamed of, or they could be ashamed of, or that they wish they?
Pete Rose got caught.
Well, I mean,
Pete Rose is the one who got caught, right? We have people in the Hall of Fame right now.
Detroit fan man saying combined with he felt that allowing Rose into the Hall would undermine the seriousness of the ban and send the wrong message about the consequences of gambling. Okay.
Meanwhile, let's go to FanDuel.
Yeah, no, I was just getting ready to say that. Now listen, Detroit fan man, I'm with you on that. Okay, but you can't, like Gully said, you can't advertise gambling, then have at the bottom of you have a gambling problem, call this number.
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to
say? Parlay every day.
Yeah.
With D Gully and Double J. Like yeah. Come on, man. Like, come on. They got their hands in it. And again, furthermore, more so than the blatant hypocrisy of his gambling, though we didn't have, they had sports betting.
Yeah, I got you.
We ain't getting at you, fam.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. We appreciate you for pointing it out. Yeah, just
right.
You know, just
but it's just bringing up the fact that so much more serious behavior was disregarded when validating somebody's credential to be in the Hall of Fame. How many known racists are in the Hall of Fame? Known bigots are in the Hall of Fame. How many known substance abusers are in the Hall of Fame? And I'm not talking about steroids. How many known domestic abusers are in the Hall of Fame with their behavior?
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
All of that behavior is in, but you know what? They averaged 345 for a career. Oh man, now look at that hit they had in the 1974 World Series and so on and so forth. It's all hypocrisy. It's just this is where we get to absolve ourselves from the other shame that we have. Well, we're gonna take a stand here because he got caught.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said, bro. Because had he nada, you know what I mean? You know, like Haloti nada, he ain't not gonna be in there because just nothing. What he did on that field, bro. It's now if you want to suspend him for a time period or whatever the case may be, all right, man. But there's no way in the world you cannot have baseball lore and he not be in it.
Right. You're trying to tell the story of baseball without him in it.
You can't do it. And of course they got Shoeless Joe Jackson too, the Honor Rothstein. Yeah. And that's my question, man. Is sports not predicated on gambling? We look at boxing all the time as the linchpin, I guess, of sports corruption.
Yeah,
or the
exactly.
face of it. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, folks wearing chinchilla coats and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Jack Dempsey and all the boys. You know what I mean? We done seen plenty of movies, Harlem Nights and things of that nature, depicting what it was like during the 1920s.
Tommy Gunn.
Yeah. I'm just saying, bro.
Oh, Mr. Balboa, you got a choice to make.
I'm just saying, man. At the end of the day, bro, you penalizing the dude, even back then, bro. And it was far more rampant then than it probably is now. It's just more publicized now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? We might as well make it legal now. So yeah, he should have been. What you say? Double J?
Oh no, I was losing. Here we go.
Hey, but
a new comment.
All right, shout out this prop. Is that prop music? That's what I see right there. P prop music
sir.
one.
Yeah.
Frank Rob got to relax. Gambling legal now. They can't look like hypocrites. Now stop bullshitting and put bonds in. Hey, on the profanitary.
Well,
right
you
there.
had to read it.
Oh my
You
God.
saw it coming up.
I know.
boy.
I know. No, I didn't see.
He's
Well,
like
why-
Ron Burgundy, everybody. You got to realize that. He's just going to read what's on the prompter.
He's gonna read what's on the prompter.
Hey, okay. Well, I mean, next time let me know it's in the cachet. Yeah, no. Yeah,
That's what your
bonds,
eyes for.
bro. I can't see
And you
nothing.
got an extra set on.
Oh my gosh, man, this is just for show, bro. I can't see nothing. Y'all trying to, bruh, you don't see this white stick, red tip, bro? I'm over here. No offense, man, I'm just saying, bruh. I'm on. Man, please, I can't see nothing, bruh. I just look like I'm intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Or something to that effect, man. Please. I'm following y'all's fingers. You know what I'm trying to say over there? That's what I'm doing like this. Bobblehead Jenkins. Yeah, nah, man. Yeah, P Rose should have been in, bro. But I'm serious. If you as family do, are you accepting it? You might be okay with coming off of the ineligible list, right?
But here's the other part about it. Here's the other part about it, right? Which sometimes I wonder about that. I wonder what was the motivation, because it apparently, unlike the NFL, where you'll have your modern era and then you'll have your yesterday, the legends, if you will. They have those guys in. Pete Rose eligibility to get in the Hall of Fame isn't even a consideration until 2027. That's the next time Pete Rose would be. That's the first. Let's say, because of what's happened.
Really,
he won't be eligible for the Hall of Fame until at least 2027. Based off of
okay, so by that time, you think by that time attention span is such that it's like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead on. It's been enough time to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I feel like those who wanted to see him in there, he wanted to, it's such a personal honor. Despite the idea, we have this way about us as a culture.
Yeah, but what did he? But I can't. I'm trying to recall anything that he ever said about it.
What'd you say?
I'm trying to recall anything that he ever said. Pete Rose, anything he ever said about it. And I know he did. I just can't recall anything in particular.
Yeah,
because he probably got to a point where he was like, "Man, if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't." Type of deal.
Right. Well, and let me say this too. Let's not forget they being Major League Baseball and the writers have glamorized and enshrined a lot of the other scandalous individuals from the steroid era.
Oh, y'all got to excuse me fading in and fading out. My camera's
I'm gonna say, what was in that water?
Yeah. hey, don't listen. Don't worry about the Jimi Hendrix effects, baby. The butterfly effect. Don't worry about that now. Yeah, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. What were you saying there?
So again, as it pertains to some of the steroid suspected individuals, right? Jeff Bagwell, Craig Biggio, Mike Piazza, Pudge Rodriguez.
David but they're gonna nitpick that, talking about some But how is the and I'm not saying you saying this. I'm just asking in general. How's the
Okay.
Pete Rose gambling thing? The same in line with performance enhancements.
Well, see, this is where I fail to draw that line between the two, right? Someone was essentially getting a competitive edge, okay, over their
Right.
So from a gambling vantage point, yes, you would have liked to have bet on said individual, but if you were betting against, then you found out that dude was juicing, and that's why he just ruined your parlay, you'd be livid.
Yeah, well, I did tell you that when I was once upon
Versus
a time.
if you heard Pete Rose was betting on himself and came through for your parlay, you would have probably carried him home. If
Right.
Yeah. Prop Music One says it's a spit in the face. He should have been in there. Now he's gone. They like we might as well. Gambling legal now. All that. Hope the family doesn't show up. Yeah, I'm shout out to that. I'm in the same frame of mind. Bro. And
Yeah,
I think you just said it a minute ago, Double J. Like why now? What now? State of
what is it? So we think he, because of his accolades, is going to get in. But let's not forget about the Chicago scandal and the other individual who's now been omitted. Right?
You talking about Shoeless Joe?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, Shoeless Joe, they took him off the list too.
Well, that's my point here, meaning that he would, in theory, also be
eligible.
Yeah, at least in a general sense.
Yeah.
But in terms of the other individual that was associated to that scandal was Shoeless Joe from the 1919 World Series.
You talking about Rothstein?
No, Hal Chase. He was connected. Yes. So he received 4.9% of the vote that particular year, and then 9% of the vote before no longer being considered.
So wait a minute. So Hal was already eligible?
Mm-hmm.
But
because even though he was associated, they had never, I guess, truly maybe indicted him.
Dropped the hammer on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, man. Yeah, excuse me, y'all, for the camera shaking and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I'm at the point now where it's been so long, bro. If they do let him, I guess it'll feel formal, like a formality now,
right?
And not heartfelt. Like when Jordan was going in, or Lawrence Taylor, or I don't know, Wayne Gretzky, or whatever. You know what I mean? Or Bobby Orr. You know what I mean? Cal Yarborough. Dale Earnhardt Sr. Still one of the coolest drivers. So
here's what's interesting too is the tongue in cheek that was on full display, right? I gave you guys examples of for every Pudge Rodriguez, there's a Barry Bonds, right? For Mike Piazza, you have Sammy Sosa. And the problem is management, on the other hand, who, because of the fruits of the labor of said suspected steroid users, they're based off their team's success, got them into the Hall of Fame. Do you see how that is beyond contradictory in all of this? So it's like Jim Leland, who I love, right? I have a signed, more than one signed baseball from him. I remember he joked with me then, this was like 2006, and he was like, "You really want me? Like, not one of the guys in there, in the dugout?" And I'm like, "I know exactly who I'm asking." And
yeah, for real, yeah.
And then
Leland was manager of the Pirates. The Pirates teams were Bonds and Bonilla on it, wasn't it?
Correct, absolutely. Yeah. And also Pudge Rodriguez was on. And I think Gary Sheffield was on one of. Well, wait a minute. Well, definitely with Leland, Rodriguez was in Florida as well. So
yeah, that was. That was the year they beat the Gardy Indians or whatever. Craig Counsell, Prop Music. We already seen that one. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, no matter which way you do it, man, if a guy got the accolades, that's what Pete Rose's accolades, man. They like Jerry Rice's type of, they in a stratosphere, bro.
I'm telling you, listen to this, right? Because I found it where I brought up. Oh my gosh!
Found what? What were we talking about?
Pete Rose. His
ridiculous stats, right?
Okay, yeah, okay. Go ahead.
15,890 plate appearances, 14,053 at bats, 4,256 hits, and again that spanned 24 seasons. In an era now where we see, not to pick on anyone in particular, we see things like load management, this individual, and we saw bodies break down because of performance enhancers.
Yeah, right.
Or suspected performance enhancers. This guy played 24 seasons. Remember, these were what, 182 games?
Holy man, hold on, macaroni and cheese. Hold up, wait a minute. You said 24 seasons, as in not missing a season?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many games he ever missed.
Wait, hold up, Cal Ripken is the Iron Man, though.
No, so he had to miss some games. He might have been injured for some games or whatnot.
Yeah, something Double J had to be, because Cal Ripken is
still has a consecutive games played.
Yeah, Cal. That's Cal, baby. Cal Rip, baby, on the Rip side. You know what I'm saying? we're not even finna mention Cal. He's in the stratosphere by himself too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Double J.
Games in 1978 and the strike shortened 1981 season. So of course, Cal Ripken Jr.'s was over 17 seasons. So Rose did best him by 7 years.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, what? Say that again.
So, well, in terms of career length, Pete Rose was at 24 years. He only missed, however, just a handful of games. It just wasn't, unfortunately, because of that consecutive streak was snapped.
Hold on.
Detroit bro. I don't know about that.
What you mean?
Hold
on, Detroit fan, man.
He played 162 games. Several seasons. I mean, he been healthy, but like his consecutive streak, he not nowhere near close to Cal Ripken.
Yeah, he had numerous seasons of 162 games. That's according to AI.
Not consecutive.
Yeah, we're not consecutive though, bro. Cal Ripken is the man. The Iron Man.
Correct, but that was because of the 1978 season.
No.
Yeah,
even before the 1978 season. Like in 68, he only played 149. I'm saying only played 100. Like, come on, man. I ain't going to split hairs when it comes to Pete Rose's legacy versus Cal Ripken's. But
well, we can if you'd like. Because I have it right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so glad they walked us right into that.
No, we're not. Hey, no, listen, we got to know. Detroit fan man says, so I guess any scandalous cheating / gambling, then not now, prevents admission to the Hall of Fame till death. Your stats will be remembered, but you never get to taste the party. Seems harsh, but fair. That's fair. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, the people who are saying that what Pete Rose did is wrong, they specialize in it on a daily basis.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, you wrong over there. That's, not to be too graphic, but you can't have on, a stinky diaper, yours dragging the ground, and be pointing at mine, talking about you might want to change your oil. No, my gosh, you got flies taking off and landed. With the word,
right?
No,
right.
No, you trying to say, nah, bruh. Nah. The people who saying that he ain't and can't, they ain't not on the up and up either, is what I'm driving at here.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah, but to that point though, he played 500 more games. So he played like at least 2.5 to 3 more seasons Pete Rose did.
Yeah, Double J, we're not doing this side by side, man. We getting ready to take a break right quick. When we come back, we're gonna get into some of this NBA. Y'all what y'all talk NBA or y'all
Yes.
talk? Okay, well, we're gonna get some of this NBA talk. But lastly, I'm just saying, man, Pete Rose should have been in. And if they're talking about now that he's eligible, letting him in, I would say, man, just keep it moving. We holler. Yeah, it's been like that forever. You know what I mean? Why give it to the man and he can't sit there and hold the plaque, you know, and shed a few tears with some family members and a couple hugs? Now y'all want to give it to him because his ashes is dust to dust. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, we're gonna take it. Matter of fact, yeah, my guy who played for a lot of teams, that's what we're going to right now. We come back, we're gonna talk a hoop game, baby. J Work.
It's K Cunningham, and you watching the Shop Report. I'm Harvey Diallo, and you watching the Shop Report. My name's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report. Oh, you're Jay Knight, you're watching the Shop Report. Max McKee, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Barbershop J, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Hi, I'm Mars Man. We're from Mercury Stadium, and you're watching the Shock Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doug Flynn of the New York Mets. Well, a few other teams, of course, too. And you're watching the Shop Report.
I'm Matt Ramos, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? I'm Rajay Davis, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? This is Nelson Figueroa, former Major League pitcher with a lot of teams. You're about to listen to the Shop Report.
Hey, this is Howard Johnson. You're watching the Shop Report.
Hi, I'm Heath Bell from the New York Mets, and you're listening to the Shop Report podcast. Yeah!
Hey, I'm Josh Tolley, former catcher of the New York Mets, and you're watching the Shop Report.
This is Edgardo Alfonso for the Mets, and you're listening to Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doc Gooden, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Hello, this is Mike Hampton, and you're watching Shop Report.
Hey, this is Herman Harvey, former NFL offensive lineman with the Cleveland Browns and Baltimore Ravens, and you're listening to the Shop Report.
All right, we are back. Can you change my camera angle, man? Stop touching the buttons, man. This Double J guy right here, man. All right, let's get into some of this NBA talk, bro. We're going to talk about those who were in it, who are no longer in it, and those who are still trying to win it. All right, does that make any sense? Are you all going to show up on the screen for this one? Why do we do this? And I'm the only one. Don't nobody want to just see me, man.
Anyway, Double J, get him.
Oh, anyway, I'm not worried about none of that.
Here you go, Otis.
Hey, man. Hey, man, don't nobody come to see me, man. Hey, stop, bruh. Oh, this dude right here. Anyway, the Cavs, bruh. What happened?
When you have to see a team at least 4 straight times, and you ain't got to worry about a road trip where you got to see the Cavs and then Milwaukee and then Detroit in the same week, and you got 3 different styles of play, and you have a time to sit there and really hone in on a particular team. Yeah, that's easy. They look like easy pickings if you're the favorite, or if you're a favorite, if you're a number 1 or number 2 seed, you know, like the Cavs were or OKC were, or if you are a division rival with a well-seasoned coach who knows how to get the best out of his players and knows assignments and adjustments and know how to play under pressure, then you get a different result. That's what happened. I think it's not what happened with the Cavs. I think it's the Pacers happened.
I don't know, man. The Cavs just got out tough. I see some changes.
That keeps happening, but how many seasons we gonna keep saying that?
No, it's
been the third straight season that toughness has been an issue.
Well, hey, I'm not saying, yeah, I can't know what to tell you about it, but that's what it is.
Got you.
It happened again, unfortunately. You saying how many times we gonna say that? As many times as we see that.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, it's not in criticism to you. It's the fact that it continues to happen. Like, wait a minute, man. And it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know,
really
bro.
is.
At the end of the day, though, the vilification that they getting behind winning 60 games and falling short ain't the same as it was the other 2 times. 60-something games was won here, and they fell short.
Double J.
That's all I'm saying.
45 minutes, 10 seconds.
I knew it.
I think that was a long.
Shout out to JG, baby.
That was really good. That was really good. 45 minutes.
Jamie Guerra, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, forgive me if I'm not.
Jaime.
Jaime. My bad.
Jaime.
Okay. Jaime. Oh, stop it. Anyway.
What's his name?
Oh, okay. Jaime. Okay. All right. I'm just saying, I'm apologizing if I was butchering. Dang, y'all want me to keep butchering.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were up. Man, Minecrafty. He never seen man. And they were up a couple of games. They choked game 2 up like 10 with a minute left. But yeah, they can't getting away with this. Yeah. I'm just saying, bro. At the end of the day,
did they make a mistake?
Who?
What? Doing what?
Firing JB?
No.
What?
No, because JB don't like playing.
He challenged them?
What you mean? Oh, man, stop it. You can say that now because y'all got him in Detroit, bro, but you don't even like Cade Cunningham, so why you barking? Stop.
Right, he did a drop for us.
Yeah, he did a drop, but yeah, you go look, and he dropped out.
Yeah, and he dropped out. He always leave, right?
Yeah, he
Soon
put one of the Browns numbers. Yeah. When the going get tough, he get gone. Pew, pew. Frontier. No, bro. DeAndre Hunter should have been starting over Max Strus.
He's hurt.
Who's hurt?
Hunter was, to my understanding.
Man, please. Well, Max Strus might as well have been because he was hurt in the team's chance hands of winning. Holla at your boy. I'm just saying. Yeah, he was hurt. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is Ted Koppel.
Do you make a move for Giannis if you're Cleveland?
No.
And Giannis don't want to come to Cleveland, bro. Stop popping in and popping out like a Pop-Tart.
Oh, you got him on the road, Double J. You better get back over here.
Hey, man, leave the camera angles alone, bro. Stop, man. You're making people out there dizzy, bro. They trying to keep up, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Giannis going to San Antonio. I do.
Why San Antonio? People saying that a lot.
Why not?
Well, San Antonio does have a rich complement of talent to replace. He still got. Does he have a player option, or do we still have a year left? Double J.
I don't know. Double J. This is where you need it at, Mr. Percentages. What's the percentages? God, yo, what up? Oh, what's up? That's my dude, C-Chat, baby. What it do? That's my dude, C-Chat. What it do, baby? Shout out to you. You understand me? Yeah. Shout out again to you. Yeah. What it do? C-Chat. Double J, you gonna say something to that or no?
Yeah, I'm getting it pulled up here.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out. Getting what pulled up? What you pulling up now? This dude right here, man. Unbelievable.
I asked about Giannis' contract.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
So he is definitely locked in for 2 more years. Oh. And again, significant cap hits, as you see, based on the percentage for the entire team. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? The luxury tax. This is where if you are, Dame's going to be on his way out too. So it's one of those things.
Wait, Dame, but Dame on his way out where and how?
Well, Dame is done, I think, career-wise. So he's not going to. You're not going to get a haul in terms of trading any kind of trade value.
No,
it's more so if the team is in the over the luxury tax, they're going to want to try to naturally get under that figure as quickly as possible. No matter what, here they have a 2-year window before it's a player option, and at which point, if he opts out, that's going to spell bad news for Bucks fans.
Do you think he will? Hey, give me an update. Give me an update on that Thunder Nuggets.
As of a few moments ago, it was 72-71, but now it is 78-77 Thunder. Now it's tied. You got Murray at the line, it looks like.
Yeah, man, but it's the Cavs, man, for real though, bro. They got no, I'm gonna tell you what I saw. Okay. Now y'all watching the same game might saw something different. But to me, I think Hunter should have been starting over Strus. And they got away from what got them there. A lot of ball movement, player movement through the middle and latter portions of this season, which helped them get out to the Cavs, that is, out to 2 like 15-game win streaks throughout out this past season. But in this against Indiana here, it was a whole lot of the dribble to pass ratio I did not like. I just didn't like it in the half court sets, especially. And then that foul on Hunter, even for the ref's sake and the Tim Donaghy effect, that was foul. The foul that should have been called that wasn't called is what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? But if I got any type of anything, once I don't know, if I'm Hunter and I hit the floor like that because of contact, and y'all don't call that, yeah, pop it back in.
Right.
Pop it back in. I gotta go holler at my boy down here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say? I gotta go holler at my boy down here, bro. I'm not sitting that out. But today's athlete now, they got the best of everything. Nutritionists,
sports scientists,
they got all of that. They got all of that.
Cryogenics.
They got bio chambers, freeze dried, you know what I'm saying, pecans and the whole nine and all of that. And yet still you come out and
and look the way you look.
Yeah, play like
it's sad, man, because I'm gonna tell you, man. I mean,
play like Pedialyte.
All right, so the question that we have, the question I have is, can they do it again next year?
Who they? They who what?
The Cavs.
Hey,
can they be back? Can they be back as strong? I mean, they may not have a 64 win season, but I mean to be a 50 plus win team and be a odds on favorite to win a title.
Kenny Atkinson got out coached too.
Well, when he's Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, he did. He got out coached. I don't know. The East is getting better, and I don't know. I mean, they got you got good pieces, Hunter and Strus. You got to do something with Strus and Merrill and all of them. They too sometimey, bro.
You know what's sad about Strus was really sad.
The tweet or the text.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Like I said, man. Wait till next year, I guess.
Yo, you be like, lock in, bro. Lock in. You go, but not.
Hey, but moving on to the Pacers. Double J, where you at? Talking about they a 4 seed. I done told you about this seeds. I done told you about seeds.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa, nothing.
Check the tape. You railroaded me on that show when I said, I don't think so. I think they can win.
I did not. Yeah, no, I didn't. Gully, he do this because I don't know what, because my memory can't go back to find what show it was. So
I think you did though.
Jesus. No, I did not, bro.
I think you did. I think you did. Double J, I think you did.
No, you can't. No, either you know, or you think you know, you think you don't know. You don't know nothing. Well, you don't know what you thinking about, boy. But I ain't trying to. Yeah, don't even do that, bro. Yeah, the Pacers though, bro. Right now, what don't they have?
Could you say depth? I don't think that. I think they've got depth. I don't think they lacking depth wise. I think they play about 8.
Is Halliburton overrated?
Certainly not.
I I'm just saying. Is he overrated, Double J? Look, look. Hey, that's. Can you hear us at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you. What's the score in the game, bro? Let's give me another update. Over there.
Yo, I know that look.
Yeah,
Double
exactly.
J got a surprise.
Yeah. He got to go. He got to go to the
Oh
bathroom.
no, I'm absolutely pulling the tape right now as we speak. Yes, that's where I've been.
Okay, well,
it is
pull it
80-78 in favor of Denver. But no, we're almost there. Bro Rich is just at the point where Bro Rich was back on the screen, so I know I'm getting close.
Okay. That was the show Brother Rich was on?
Absolutely. 13 days ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. All right, man. Yeah, well, when you pull it up, we'll play it up right here on the live.
That's right.
Side.
Thankfully, we won't get flagged, hopefully, for our own program.
Yeah, well, ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? Nothing beats a failure but a try.
We get a takedown notice for our own show.
Can the Pacers, can they win it all, though, bro? Can they beat the Knicks, possibly? The Celtics not out of it, though.
Nah, Celtics aren't out of it.
But Jason Tatum going down, them non-contact injuries, man. Man, them shoes that these dudes, hey, bro, we was wearing Chuck Taylors, bro. The kind that came all the way up past the waistline. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, bro. We have full body support. I hit you with the over the left shoulder like Fat Al.
Right, yeah, it's because a non-contact injury, right? And these are severe injuries. You know what I'm saying? Significant time is going to be lost. Significant time got to rehab, and it's non-contact. All of the sports science that we have available to us, and we have non-contact injuries, is first of all, I don't want to say I want to blame the player as if they're like willfully negligent or not really understanding, but there's got to be some type of causation or correlation. You pointed to the shoes.
Bro, they don't wear ankle support.
Yeah, like what's that about?
Yeah, listen, to me, it's two things. It could be 30 things, but it's two things I saw in particular. Like I just said, it's the wearing shoes that don't have the proper ankle support and the footwork. I know it's tough, but I'm gonna keep saying, if you are ever watching an NBA game and just for 5 minutes of an NBA game, focus, don't look at nothing but the footwork of every player that's out there on the floor. The way these guys jump for their jump shots and they come down on that one leg, and I take it from somebody, man, I ruptured both of my patellas, bro. It's a weird thing, but when you go to jump up and you come down, it's like all of your weight goes to that one area, and when it pop, it's a done deal. But they said you're not jumping up, you're not coming down on 2 feet. You're not going up on 2 feet and coming down on 2 feet. It's possible, but you just got to work at it, bro. That's why footwork is critical. It's critical, bro. If your footwork is improper, you're going to have problems because it's so many non-contact injuries that it's a rash of them, bro. Why? If the medicine is better. Huh? If the doctoring in general is better. Ain't no explanation for it, bro. Help me out. Somebody.
I'm just out of curiosity here. While I'm scrubbing, looking back at that show, you had a graphic up of that trade of Giannis for Garland and Jarrett Allen. Yeah. Do you feel any differently about it now?
No, what you mean? I said I would do it then. Yes, I did, man. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, bro. Don't play.
Hang on. This is great.
Yes, I did.
Oh, man. I feel like in the multiverse here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely not.
Oh, Brother Rich. Dun, 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 dun. No?
Heck no.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, because Giannis don't want to come to Cleveland.
No, you're making it worse. And they definitely don't want to go from Cleveland to Milwaukee.
Hey, Well, listen, but listen. That ain't me saying. I said Giannis don't want to come to Cleveland, but I ain't me saying that the trade wouldn't happen.
I would say Pro Rich had gotten, he'd given us a web gem of all time right there.
Yeah,
so.
he did. Yeah, because that was him really. He was on the soapbox more than me. I'm just saying though, bro. No, I couldn't see Giannis coming here.
So my thing is this though. Again, I mentioned you and I were both on the same page about ball movement, them somewhat getting exposed, and I had kind of suggested that if it wasn't that series, it would have been, well, what I had thought at the time would have been Boston because of how they space the floor and live and die with the three in particular. But instead, you watched it just like I did, right? No audio. I saw so much of Jarrett Allen on an island and Mobley on an island. And I was like, how?
Oh, Mobley need to go get with Hakeem.
Yeah.
Immediately. If Wemby can go down there, yeah, go get with Hakeem. Because Mobley, he's very talented, but like if you see him, they throw the ball to him in and around the basket in the post area, whatever it is, and he go to do his little drop step, whatever it is. Anytime he got to move to turn to do, his feet are like it's like a brand new baby deer. His legs are, they're not precise. You understand what I'm trying to say? You need to go get with Hakeem, man. And if all he needs again is footwork. It's footwork. If he works on his footwork, he'll be that much more dangerous. Because you can see he's been working on a 3-shot somewhat. You know what I'm trying to say? So mix it up or whatever it is. But yeah, he needs a little bit more girth. You got to put a little bit more weight on too, man.
Yeah,
too soft with the ball.
I think you're talking about again. Lately in the Detroit area, they've used the verbiage grit. And I've been on record of saying, the combination of pretty versus gritty, or gritty versus pretty, and
yeah, but sometimes the gritty. Are you saying how does the gritty come about?
Well, more so, it looked like the Pacers were more physical. That Donovan Mitchell,
it wasn't
being
so
that regular season player,
the Pacers. They played like their namesake, bro. The Pacers. They dictated the pace, bro. They was pushing it. Ping, 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 ping. That's what it looked like. Hey, as soon as from the opening tip, it was on your mark, get set, go. I watched the Cavs and Pacers go up and down 5 or 6 times, bro. And I got YouTube TV, so I had to pause it just to get the crook out my neck, bro.
But didn't you see? You're telling me you watched that and you didn't have any problem with how easy Indiana made it seem to get either the matchup offensively that they were looking for, in some combination with having and being able to get the type of shot selection that they were wanting in addition to it. So they were exploiting basically every rotation and assignment that was put out there that Cleveland was attempting to do.
Okay. Kenny Atkinson went to that 3-2 zone.
Correct.
And it worked for that one game.
Game 3. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then he really didn't make no adjustments off of that or whatever. You don't have to necessarily press, but you need ball. They gave Halliburton is in other words, Halliburton is the straw that stirs the drink for them. They gave him too much airspace.
But he didn't have to beat them when they were up 40. He had like 6 points.
I'm not talking about his scoring. He was
looking like Magic and Bird.
I'm talking about everything else he was doing. Everything else he was doing, bro. They did not do a good job of cutting the head off the snake, is what I'm trying to tell you. And they didn't do a good job of who do you take away? Like, some teams say, okay, we'll let Tatum get his, but we'll take the rest of everybody else away.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you take away from Indiana? Because let's think about it now. This is what I meant about seeding. They were a 4 seed, but bruh, they don't play. They play like they can win it all.
Well, if you remember, I had suggested a while ago, obviously Obi Toppin coming off the bench. I had questioned the rotation at the time. Obviously, they've figured things out. I've been critical of Matherin. I will not let off that, but that's personal.
Well, I think it might be a little personal for Matherin too. Look like he be popping because he getting into a little extracurricular that stuff with DeAndre Hunter and all of that. And I was like, man, I didn't see that from him last year. Now, not that he had
only against Jaden Ivey.
Oh well, he don't like the Purdue guy. I guess I don't know. Imagine that. Who knows?
Well, in what state does he play in? You can read between the lines.
Oh well.
Who was selected where and what order? Okay, just like.
But what don't the Gully? You mean by all means jump in here whenever you get ready? My gosh.
Oh, he had to.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah. But the Pacers everywhere they at, bro, they loaded everywhere. They can hurt you offensively and defensively, and they're not no stout defensive team, but they played well enough, that they get possession runouts off of it. Okay. And they can beat you in the half.
I've been telling you guys this for well over a year. So
stop
look,
it.
It wasn't even like.
Oh, stop.
I compared them to Oklahoma City.
No. I know you said with James Harden.
Miles Turner was out.
No.
And so was Siakam.
No.
And they had made Isaiah Stewart and who was there at the time, maybe a young Jalen Duren. They exposed that he was a rookie or whatever it may have been.
No,
it was bad, and it showed.
Absolutely
really spoke
not.
to the depth and to the system that they have truly established. And I will give them a lot of credit for that. However, the way that the Knicks did what they did to Jason Tatum prior to the injury.
What you mean? What you mean did what they did to him? Don't leave that out there like that.
Well,
no.
if you recall, I suggested that the way that Boston spaced the floor would cause problems for the Knicks, and that's why I believed that they would not be successful.
No, Tom Thibodeau's a defensive mastermind, if nothing else. He makes adjustments.
Is this his best coaching performance ever, which includes the Chicago year?
So far, yeah.
If he pulls this off, I say with the exception of the
what
year,
do you mean if he pulls this off? What does he have to pull off? Eastern Conference Finals or
no?
finals?
I think he'll go to if he wins this. Well, who would you take? Okay, because we're talking now. We're going back to Ewing and Starks. I mean, that team is built very comparable. You see some traces of that identity.
I don't know. My son
against Reggie.
Khalil said that if it's Indiana and New York, he said Indiana will win in 6.
And you sir?
I'm just here for the peanuts. I don't make predictions or do parlays.
Man,
I don't know, bro. Brunson is just. He's tough, man. He's just tough.
Well, you know what? I will salute. He is not the guy that was in the Pistons series. He's not flip-flopping around. He is assumed and resumed the identity of who he was prior to that series and every bit anywhere else throughout his career.
Gully, I wish you'd hurry up and get back in here. You're talking about some be right back. That was 25 minutes ago. Hey, who's more clutch right now in the playoffs than Brunson?
Halliburton?
I don't know. Ooh, I had to think about that one. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. That's ooh. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it might be a tie. It might be a tie. That's
if we go back to last year's playoffs, I believe there was an injury to Matherin, And I recall being around this time, about a year ago, pretty sure.
Yeah, but don't get it twisted. Don't.
Grand Rapids. No, I felt like the Pacers had them on the ropes, that being the Knicks, or it was either the Knicks or the Celtics. Someone that I had said, in either case, that if that squad had been fully healthy, I felt like
that would have been the Knicks.
Yeah, and I felt like they were the better team. That Indiana would have at full strength would have been a better team, and we very well could see that.
No. If you, last year, Indiana, New York, bruh. New York was this close to going up 3-0 in that series. And they had a rash of injuries to key players. And they were just beginning that whole time. Thibodeau play every starter for 99 minutes and play the bench players for 0.5 minutes. They had to get used to that. Because, that was the knock on Thibs. Oh, he run his players in the ground. Well, I've still got to holler at D. Rose about that. I'm just saying. But they seem to have adjusted to whatever he is and his philosophies are better this year than last year. But go back and watch that series, bruh. Yeah. Indiana, they won it, but they got, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So it's interesting you say that because you're absolutely right. So we were both correct. I was referring to the Pacers Celtics series. And of course, naturally, we wouldn't have gotten
that's
there.
the one I put in the Discord.
Yes.
The Pacers Celtics series was a lot closer. It was one game. I think game 2 was a blowout. But everything else, the first game was winning overtime, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
And so that's a very interesting point that you made.
Yeah, I just think New York got some get back in them this go round. Because you got to figure they didn't have Mikal Bridges last year.
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay, and that's a big when he get hot, bro, he like what's my man that used to play for the Pistons? The microwave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the microwave, man. Hey, listen here, Anytime Fitness. Somebody want to come down? This dude right here, man. This dude right here, he got his Devo shirt on, bro. Hey, man. Hey.
How you doing?
Anyway.
You forgot what you was going to say.
No, I wasn't forgetting what I was going to say, bro.
Just say it then.
You wanted to get your thoughts
say it then.
on Pacers. Go ahead.
Yeah. Gully.
What
Pacers and the Knicks, bro.
Well, the Knicks got to figure out Boston. It wasn't. I don't think it was glory's last gasp for Boston beating them the other night.
Okay, so wait a minute now. Hold it there. So wait a minute now. Wait a minute. So what you trying to say now? Boston on the comeback side?
Well, they could. I don't think it was just like I said. I'm gonna say it again. I don't think it was just like a desperation thing. Like, how does Jalen Brunson foul out?
Well, now.
See what I'm saying?
Hold that thought. When we come back, we're gonna finish the rest of our NBA talk, and we're gonna go into this NFL schedule release. Yeah, I want to know for the same reason that Tim Duncan was on the bench when Chris Bosh. Anyway, let's take a commercial break. Yeah, gotcha.
I'm Jordan Gudeman, and I'm the founder and CEO of Eddie G's Cookies. I was first diagnosed with a nut allergy when I was young. At the time, there weren't a lot of labeled items that said if there may contain nuts or there are nuts in the food, so my brother and sister and I baked a lot at home, and we enjoyed treats from mixes and things like that, but I noticed that it was not the same as what my friends were enjoying, and I started making up my own recipes. When it was time to pick a career, I decided to start a bakery so I could share my treats with everybody else. When I started creating my recipe, I was taking in all the things that I thought I was missing out on. A soft, chewy center, a crisp outside crust, and a taste that is just like it came out of the oven at a bakery. When I put all those things together, I'd come up with a recipe for a dream cookie. Eddie G's Cookies only uses the finest ingredients. We have all natural flavorings, no preservatives, and every cookie is made in a nut-free environment. The best part about Eddie G's Cookies is that they can be delivered right to your door. You can share them or not. we won't tell.
That's right. You can go to EddieG's.com, Amazon, EddieG'sCookies.com. Place your order today. Man, you come on the screen scratching your neck, bro. Hey, man, listen. Come on, bro. Don't be. Hey, bro, come on, man. Put a shirt on.
I have one on.
No, bro. We ain't talking about that. You can really start posing again, bro. Nobody want to see that.
I have a shirt on. I'm just saying, man, it's May. It's push-up month.
Oh, here
I've
we
been
go.
challenged.
All right. Oh,
and I've been doing my push-ups, man.
All right there, Jack LaLanne.
Yeah.
The Celtics, though, bro. I don't know, man. You telling me they getting back in it?
I think that's what I'm saying. I mean, listen, the Celtics just got to go and win in New York. They got to go win in New York.
That's not impossible. Didn't they? They already won. Wait, what is it now?
I believe it's 3-2 now.
3-2.
So hold on. The Knicks won. The Knicks won games.
No, it's 3-2 Knicks.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. The Knicks won games 1 and 2 in Boston. They won. Yeah, they won in New York.
Okay.
The Celtics won in New York.
Well, you can't underestimate a champion, man. I don't know. I don't think the Knicks are gonna let this one get away though. You don't want to go back to Boston, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to go.
You don't want to go back to Boston. Not if you don't have to. I ain't afraid to, but you
I
know,
ain't gonna like the trip, bro.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't want no invitation to that one. I don't want an invitation to that one. But if the Pacers Knicks though, if it go down like that, who you got?
Down to the Pacers Knicks. That's gonna listen. The teams match up so well in different spots. You get what I'm saying? Like the guard play of
that's gonna be a throwback too on the playoff side, bro. The 1994-1995 seasons, Knicks, Pacers, they both went game 7s. Both of them years, them series, bro. Classic.
Yeah.
If you want to see an NBA classic, go back and watch them.
Yeah. The way that was moving, right? That's the thing. That's an unlikely. You asking me to pick now? I wouldn't know where to tell you, man. I would say flip a coin and whatever you was wishing about, you go with that one because they match up so tough together. I would, but I want to say before we talk about it, man. How about the fact that if it shake out that way and the Knicks make it to the conference finals, I think that will further cement that the best trade in NBA history happened last season.
And that was what?
Hold
that thought.
Hold
that thought. Double J, can we get an update on the game?
We sure can. It is the fourth quarter at this point, and the score is now 97-88 with just under 7 minutes to go. Denver is feeling it, looking like they may push this thing to a 7th game.
Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, so let me tell y'all something else. My son said. No, let me see if I can get him on here.
There we go. Yes. Let's do it.
Yeah, let me see if I can get him on here to see if he'll tell it. Let me see if I can get him on here. What's up, gang? Walaikum salam. Hey, you coming on the show, man? We at that part in the show. My gosh, we're at that point in the show where what you said the other day. What you said the other day, ridiculous. They want to hear what you had to say. What you mean? What you say?
At this point, Barbershop, we want to hear what you got to say because we don't know what you just said.
Hey. Hey, but you ain't no. You can come on and listen. Yeah, don't worry. No, you can come on. We don't have to show your face. We can come on. You can come on. Yeah, we're gonna cut the camera. That's what we're gonna do. Double J got you. Just come on with it.
Yeah, what email does he want it sent to?
Yeah, what email do you want it sent to?
Well, don't put his email all out there. He ain't trying to get out to everybody.
Just post it in the put it in the private chat, barbershop.
Okay.
I'll send it now.
Okay, yeah, I'll put it in the private chat. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's your email there, little guy? Yeah, anywho, he has something specific to say. He Anthony Edwards, big time Ant Edwards head. You know what I mean? But I want to know y'all in right quick. If we got Knicks and Pacers, who you picking? While I get him on this line.
I don't know. I need to look. I need to evaluate that. Evaluate the likelihood. But what I was going to say is, if the Knicks and the T-Wolves make it to the conference finals, well, let's say if the Knicks and the T-Wolves make it to the NBA finals, we would have witnessed the best trade in NBA history.
Why?
Because Cat last year was a Timberwolf and Randall last year was a Knick. And those players traded for each other, that trade propelled both franchises to a further level of the playoffs, to a further level than they had been before.
So it's a win-win, basically. You said
it is the definition of a win-win. I don't know name a time that's happened where a trade between two teams catapults both teams to contenders.
Okay, so wait, Cat went to New York.
Yep. Randall and DiVincenzo went to Minnesota. Cat and I think somebody.
But Randall was already in Minnesota, wasn't he?
No.
He wasn't.
No.
Yeah,
it was Cat and Gobert. Gobert was the was the front court.
Oh no. Okay, my bad. You're right. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you could say that then. Yeah, because in New York, Julius Randle. Hold on. What's this dude right? Okay, this is my son right here. It hasn't, Gully. This is the first time in history. What's the first time in history? This is why we sent you the email, boy. Anyway, I'm not paying him no mind, man. This is the dude. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is the dude ridiculous right here. No, I don't know, because when Julius Randle was in New York, he was like a point forward. Now they don't need him to be there.
Were they ever a contender?
What?
Were they ever a contender?
The Knicks?
When I say a serious contender at that point with Randall.
Yes, because they had Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson still too, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Detroit Fan Man says, thinking about trades where both teams somehow became contenders. How about Stafford and Goff? Yeah. First time, Khalil said, first time a trade happened and both teams became contenders at the same time.
Because I'll tell you, last summer when it happened, I laughed it off. I was I laughed it off last summer. I'll say, both teams just guaranteed themselves they'll get a second round exit next year. That's what I thought. I thought that it was a wash. Like it was a move.
Okay, so you're not sitting here saying that one is playing better for one verse over the other. Is Karl Anthony Towns playing better for the Knicks than is Julius Randle playing better for Minnesota?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the parity. Okay. They are actually playing better now for their respective franchises than they were for the previous. Like the trade seemed like it was lopsided on the end of New York, but here it is.
And speaking of trade, let me go back to some earlier when we were talking about the Cavs.
Khalil, it's been sent.
Yeah. Where I don't know where he at. Yeah.
Check your email.
Okay. Do the Cavs is Garland and Jared Allen? Are they out?
I think the Cavs will entertain some type of shakeup with that roster.
You're not getting rid of Mobley. Who wants Isaac Okoro?
A team that needs to help with a contract.
Not I.
Man, that bruh. This what I'm bruh. It's gonna.
It's Imani time.
Oh well, let's not even. Okay. Yeah, okay, Khalil, you on there, but your face is not on the screen. Go ahead, tell them what you said about Ant and Shy if they get to the Western Conference Finals. They see each other in the Western Conference Finals.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, boy.
Oh yeah, this is perfect. All right, now here we go, baby.
Come on, dog. It's time.
First of all, I want to give a shout out to these co-hosts right here, especially Barbershop Jay for hating on Anthony Edwards. Hey, but let me tell you what is going on today, baby. Man, first of all, let me just say this, man. Man, listen, I'm watching OKC in Denver as we speak. By the way, Denver is winning 102-88, right? So this is my thing, and I told Barbershop Jay this. I haven't seen a dude, mind you, and it's 23. You know what I'm saying? When you hear the comparisons, Mike, Kobe, this, and that, I may not agree with it, but at the basis, I see what they're saying. They haven't seen somebody this young dominate like he has. Now, mind you, he hasn't made a finals. He ain't won a championship and all that. We get it, But I like to remind everybody, Mike didn't win his first one until he was 27. Not everybody can start out just winning. Okay, Barbershop Jay is what I'm trying to.
Bro, I ain't never say nothing like that, bro.
Anyways,
don't get on here and get ridiculous because I didn't say that, bro.
Listen, man.
Bro. Yeah, ridiculous yourself, bro.
The basis of my argument is, if Denver wins this series, I argued that I think Ant would know how to handle that better since he played Joker before and they beat them in the playoffs. I said if OKC wins this series and Minnesota will play OKC, I think that would be a tougher matchup. I think OKC will win just because they're a deeper team, so on and so forth. But I'm telling Barbershop Jay right now.
Hey, don't call me Barbershop Jay.
Barbershop Jay.
Hey, don't be. Hey, I don't Shay, bro. Now you trying to slide that in?
I'm telling you right now.
Barbershop Jay.
No.
Barbershop Jay.
Barbershop Jay. That's what it is.
No,
he gotta be Jumbo Jay, and I gotta be the he who Barbershop Jay.
No, hey, don't disrespect me.
I'm trying to tell him, man.
Nah, bro.
What I'm saying is,
hey, you can pack your.
Got that killer look in his eye, man. He do, man, and I it's hard to beat that. That's all I'm saying, guys.
Okay, ain't nobody said nothing. First of all, you gonna slide what you slid in up here. There's a lot of people watching this right there. You understand me? So you can find your own place to live. You can do that. Okay, that's why about that. You know what I'm saying? And you will be getting the water bill. Trust and believe it. Helen. That's number 1, 2, and 5. Number 6.
Ready for them water bills, boy.
That sewage bill gonna be busting him up. It's gonna look like Jim Brown all in his stomach, baby.
I'm gonna say my prayers.
Breaking tackles.
Anyway, my prayers.
Yeah, say your prayers. Bro, ain't nobody said nothing about Ant wasn't cold and Ant wasn't none of that. Ant wasn't all this and all of that. Ant is I like Ant. I don't have no dislike to him or nothing like that. But what I'm saying to you is what I said before, bro. At the end of the day, it still come down to the game. And that's why they roll them out. You can't turn the ball over like they do or did against Golden State. Whoever Golden State did or didn't have, and think that your margin of error going to be the same for Denver or OKC.
That's fair.
That's what I said.
That's fair.
Oh, now it's fair, man.
But I'm telling you right now,
man, get up out of here,
right
Gully.
We
was talking about this yesterday. He was like, "No, gang, gonna stand up, no, gang." Like he was breakdancing. I was like, "Man, you having a conversation or something?"
Ed has already beaten Joker. He ain't worried about Big Joker. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He ain't worried about him. And it's like, oh, okay, you back? Let me get you again. And then if Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is in his way, he's gonna do the same thing. Now, will they win the series? I don't know. I think OKC is tough. But Denver, he ain't worried about no Denver. I can tell you that now.
Nah, bro. Nah. I don't think so.
Gurley, Double J, am I tripping? Please let me know.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong, Khalil.
Oh, hold up. So that's what you're
Barbershop Jay. I got some evidence, baby.
I don't think he's wrong.
I'm gonna say it again. I don't care who the T-Wheels got. T-Wheels.
Man, yo.
if they
Hey,
turn
we need a whole minute of these, Double J. We gotta find it. 129.40.
If they turn the ball over, listen, that margin for error ain't gonna be the same. I don't care if it's Denver or OKC.
Well,
you can turn the ball over. You can turn the ball over 30 times if you want to. I don't care what your name is. Okay.
See, to me, it sounds like you making the argument that Denver about to shock the world.
What you mean? How they go? What you mean? They gonna shock the world? And Jokic got 48 MVPs. How they shocking the world?
Considering
how would they be shocking the world?
How you been talking about New York like you live there?
Hey, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Hey,
New York.
You were throwing something there.
I thought you was gonna start this show with a Yankee cap on. That's all I'm saying. I can just tell.
Nah, well, I started with cradle cap on. How about that? How about that? You understand me? Hey, man, don't disrespect the Rucker, bro. I'm a Ruckerite, bro. I played at the Rucker. What you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you get your Rucker stripes, bro, you Ruckerite. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you from Cleveland, man.
Okay, but
embrace Cleveland, Jay. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It's okay,
bro. Cleveland. Don't tell me to embrace Cleveland, Jay. And Cleveland is always great. You know what I'm saying? I see this where you want to. You don't want to. Where you going? Because you don't want to stay. Man, don't have me wrapping up on this program today. Y'all saying, well, I'm BSJ. Hey, don't make me do it, boy. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Ain't that nothing?
Hashtag bars.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Not the ones you drink in either. I'm just saying.
I do want to ask Barbershop Jay this question, though.
Hey, no. You're not about to ask me nothing. No, you ain't about to ask me nothing that you want to ask me when we ain't on here.
I ask you.
Don't play me, bro. You play me for a straight no, gang.
I got to ask you on the program.
No, gang.
Do the Wolves have a chance to get it this year?
Do the Wolves have a chance to get what?
Get that chip, man. That gold.
Man, you got a better chance of being in Jurassic Park. Hello, holla at your boy.
All right, so what's stopping them this year?
The Knicks.
Oh, that's delusion.
What happened? How was that? How was that delusion?
I'm gonna tell you why.
How you get here? I wasn't delusional. How you get here? That's delusion, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, this guy right
here. Are
the
Knicks a great team? Absolutely. But you got to look at matchup for matchup. Minnesota matches up with them well, man. And nobody's stopping that boy Ant. Nobody's stopping that boy Jaden McDaniels or Julius Randle, gang.
Yeah,
now Cat is gonna do his thing. Brunson gonna do his thing.
I'm gonna tell you who can stop Ant. Ooh. Ant gonna stop Ant.
No, he won't. Yeah,
he will. He gonna turn the ball over 46 times.
No, Jay, that was one game, man. He had a bad game, man.
Nah, bro, he didn't, bro. No, listen, bro, ain't nobody taking nothing from Ant, man. But stop acting like he above reproach, though, bro, because you like him more than you like everybody else.
No, listen,
you like
man, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Christmas, Santa
Double
Claus,
J, Gully. This is all I'm saying.
You know what I'm trying to say?
If Ant has bounced Luka, LeBron, Jimmy Butler, Joker, you know what I'm saying? KD.
Then he got to do what Dirk did. Then.
He about to. That's what he's saying.
Listen, why can't he here? Hey, man, we not finna disrespect no elders. We not finna do that. So you telling me that he can ready to do what Dirk did? He can ready to win it all? That's what you telling me? Helen.
I ain't
he on his way,
man.
No. Listen, I want to hear no.
He started with Luka. Look. He started with Luka and LeBron.
Ain't nobody that Ant done went through. Maybe except for Joker, maybe last year. I don't know. We talking about this year, right?
Yeah.
That run Dirk had, bro. Who he went through. Where they at? The Ant going through that's comparable on that
Jay,
list.
you
look at it.
You got to know context, though, Jay. And it's 23. Dirk was 37.
I don't care. But your age ain't got nothing to do with your run. If you make the run, you make the run, bro. No, that's like saying Doug Williams, when he threw 5 touchdowns in one quarter, they don't mean nothing because he was 39 and it was all in one quarter.
No,
because he spread it out over 4, bro. If you make the move, you make history, bro.
If he don't get it done this year, I don't see the season as a failure.
Yeah,
that's
I'm glad you said if, because if the lady across the street had a mustache, she'd be somebody's uncle. Man, I ain't trying to hear that.
Hey, man, that don't hold the same in 2K25.
What happened?
Oh man,
I don't understand what you're talking about. Ain't man, nobody taking nothing from Ant Man, but everybody want. But Khalil, what Khalil want to do is Khalil like, hey, you know, he watched the Magic, Doc 30 for 30, whatever it is. Talking about some you know what I'm saying, trickery and all that other type of stuff. Talk about some. Ain't gonna win it all this year because he was like Mike with his tongue hanging out and leaning to the side. And I say, bro, that don't mean he's gonna win no championship this year, bro. Yes, you did, bro. Stop lying to you. Man, you lying like a rug, bro. Cut me in and cut yourself out, bro.
I said
Stop
people
lying.
say he looked like Mike when he dunked because of how he posed. That's all, man.
And I said, leave Mike name out of it. Stop trying to say somebody like Mike, bro. Yeah, stop trying to say somebody like Mike. Then talking about he the best in-game dunker and all that. No, Vince Carter, Sean Kemp. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they was better in-game dunkers than Jordan.
Yeah, they were. Yes.
No question. I told him that early. He told me, no, gang. Let me get 911 on the phone. You tripping. Time for you to go to Shady Acres. I wish you would try to push me about
Lamar
this
Carter. And I say his whole name like he my cousin. So hopefully he don't think that it's with the utmost respect I say his whole name. Playing the game, whether he was a Raptor or a Net, the dunks he would pull off middle of the third quarter, middle of the second quarter, they highlight real dunks. He did dunk contests, dunks in the game. Sean Kemp was
Mike. Would you tell him, Gully? Man, come on, man.
And Jordan. I mean, Jordan is Jordan, but I understand Jordan is right there, up there with him. He in the discussion. He's in the room, but the head of that table is either going to be Kemp or it's going to be Carter.
That's what I'm telling Barbershop Jay.
No, that ain't what you said earlier, man. That is not what you said earlier, bro.
No, Jay, listen.
No, it's
Gully,
not, bro.
This is our argument earlier. We was debating
no
between
argument.
Dr. J and MJ as far as in-game dunks. Aesthetically, okay? Aesthetically. I said to me, when MJ was flying, man, it looked like a dude was flying. Now, Dr. J might have looked a little different because he's 6'8", 6'9", with a 7-foot wingspan. You know what I'm saying? So
And
it's
then
like
I said to him,
get up there, that's
no.
cool. But when
Listen,
MJ was up there, it looked like a black man flying. I ain't seen it before.
Nah, bro. Yeah, well, because we seen the Tuskegee Airmen, so don't stop it anyway. First of all, the Red Tails. So that ain't the first
That's
time
before my
black man
time.
flying.
I know him.
Yeah,
but,
I don't care. Jordan was before your
them.
time too, bro. What you trying to say? Anyway,
documentaries.
Yeah, okay. So you watch the documentary on the Red Tails. Anywho, second thing is he tried to say Jordan is the reason why it looked like people took flight. I said Dr. J was doing that too. Didn't you hear Magic say, man, I looked to see Doc jump up and that fro was flowing back in the wind. Man, Doc used to take flight too, bro. Yeah. Stop acting like Mike was the only one to take flight, bro.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's a 6'9", 6'8" dude taking flight and a dude that's 6'5".
And I said, okay, well then think about the dunk contest. Spud Webb was 5'7".
But no, that's what I'm saying, Jay. Spud Webb was dunking, but he was not flying, gang. It's a difference.
No, but if you're using stature, then we can use stature for the dunk contest. If it look more impressive, because one guy's stature ain't what the other guy's is.
I'm gonna tell you why you can't do that.
First of all, you ain't gonna tell me nothing. You live in my house. Okay? You ain't finna tell me what
you
I
got
can
me,
do.
y'all. A vertical dunk and you jumping from a certain place is two different things, gang. Spud was bouncing right here, boom, jump up. Dr. J and Mike was free throw line, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? From wherever you wanted, baseline, wherever. That was Mike.
Hey, bro.
Dr. J.
Hey, listen. I like how you tried to explain that, but that was a bunch of flowery rhetoric. Because at the end of the day, stature is stature, bro. You can't give credence to stature for one guy in one case and then take it away in the other guy's case. Stature is stature. If you want to say use that as a case to make your argument or a criterion, man, one guy was 6'8" and the other guy was 6'5". Well, then guess what? We're gonna use it in all aspects, all the way across the table. Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
Spud Webb was not taking flight, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, Spud Webb, but he looked good dunking at 5'7".
Yeah, I mean jumping vertically. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. No, he didn't jump vertically on every dunk, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. They went across the distance.
Man. All right, man. Go back to bed. Go back to bed, bro. This dude right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And might get him one this year. You know what I mean, Brother Rich?
Yeah, but to his point, which you've yet to clarify.
Of course, you're gonna sign off.
As much as you
don't want no fight night champion smoke.
No, I've been telling you about this for a while now.
Yeah,
boy, yeah.
He kept
they
making
say in development for one in
this ain't the right
2026.
kind.
Oh man, please.
Yeah, because
hey, and then while we at it on the subject, thinking about it right quick, Bud Canelo.
That's right.
Finally,
I think that's for sure going to occur.
Bud about to beat the brakes off Canelo.
Especially the way that dude kind of hushed the entire crowd. I don't think anybody's backing out of that fight.
Yeah, correct. That's what I told him. Soon as that fight was over with, they didn't even bother interviewing William Skull about whatever. They just immediately went on to, all right, bring Bud in the ring. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, did you see how he got everybody quiet like a group of kindergartners?
Yeah, he ain't nothing to play with. Yeah, I was at home and I was like, all right. Shh.
No, I got quiet too. I was like, wait a minute.
Who did what? What? Who did that?
The sheep.
That's money.
Yeah.
Hey, they don't even have paper money, bro. They use gold. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They pay for everything. They go buy 6 camels is 1 gold bar.
Well,
You know
that
what
was
I'm
the
trying
thing.
to say?
Belly and I had an export business idea with the. You heard of this?
Hey, look, man. Hey, listen. I'm letting y'all know right now, bro. I did my time. I don't want to have nothing to do with the FBI and DEI agent. I don't have nothing to do with ICE. I don't want to have nothing to do with none of that. Okay. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all, and you really gonna say that out loud? Like, yeah, we got an export-import business. Yeah, yeah. I bet the tariffs don't affect you, do they? Yeah. Okay.
Offshore.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah. At the end of the day, man, I'm picking it right now. Pacers, Nuggets in the finals.
Oh, absolutely not.
I'm on record right now. Pacers, Nuggets, baby.
Who wins it?
Hey, can we do one thing at a time?
You asking us to jump all the way over to the finals. First of all,
here, bro.
First of all, the Thunder ain't even lost the thing yet.
Okay, so
no, Gully, they're getting ready to score 118-107. Denver up, 40 seconds left, fourth quarter.
All right, so it's a game 7.
Yes, and it's a game 7 back at OKC. So who we got?
Well, apparently you got the Nuggets.
Okay, who you got then? Don't worry about me. Who you got?
A team that scored the most points.
I'm with you, Gully.
All right. Anyway, yeah, that's why, like the Warriors, you going fishing.
I would also like to say Shea is hurt.
What you mean he hurt?
He got something wrapped around his finger. Either he sprained it or broke it, something like that. He keep touching it. Shea.
That happened how long ago?
Second quarter.
This game is over 119-107.
Yep.
All right. So what was the key tonight then? Denver won this game. Why? Because they were at home?
That could play a part, but watching it, it's that man Joker. That man Joker. They kind of used him as a decoy. Everybody else moving without the ball. It looked like how they did when they won a championship.
Bruh, I'm telling you right now.
Without their head coach either. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
there's
I'm just being facetious. Denver, if they get to the finals, I'm gonna be shocked. They don't have a backup. DeAndre Jordan is not a good enough backup for Joker. If they had a decent enough backup for Joker, they could. I would legit get him a shot to get back to the finals.
Well, they only played 8. Their rotation was 8. There was not anyone north
what did
of
Porter
6,
Jr. do? Did he do anything?
What, 5? Is Julian Strawther's at best 6'5"?
Yeah, 6'5". Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who is Julian Strawther's?
He's
from Gonzaga.
Oh yeah. Oh,
second unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he put up 15 tonight. He absolutely contributed.
Well,
efficiently. Let me rephrase: 4 of 8, 3 of 4 from 3.
Got you. Okay. So he taking Porter Jr. spot then.
Porter Jr. starting, yeah, but as far as minutes, on the floor,
because Michael Porter Jr., man, he need to come off the bench, bro. He's not helping them. And what is Westbrook doing?
He played 17
Looking like Gully
minutes,
up here in the wife beater, huh?
17, 3 of 8, 0 of 2 from 3.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, we're gonna take another break. That's it for the playoffs right there on the NBA side. All I'm saying to y'all is right now, it's a toss-up still.
Well, let me ask you this, right?
We know Minnesota is, huh?
I don't know. We don't know if hang on a second. We don't even know Minnesota. You got to look at last year, right? Remember how last year's playoffs went.
Okay.
Dallas beat OKC. Minnesota beat Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if Denver finds a way, I'm going with Khalil here that it's going to be Ant that gets. Now, if he gets through Joker, go ahead and remind them who else he has already gone through on his playoff run. It would be certainly one for the history books.
Thank you, Double J. I knew it.
Wait.
Thank you. I'm
Wait.
just saying, he's been there before.
Say that again, Double J.
If Denver wins this series,
okay,
for Anthony Edwards to get through the gauntlet and the volume of champions, I would argue it is in very rare company.
Okay, but you got to do it. You can't if it. We seen Dirk do it. Everybody else that we talking about in regards to, they done it.
Okay.
Well, Dirk did it with Hall of Famers.
You can't talk
Dirk
about.
did it with Hall of Famers.
Did it?
Up, Jay.
I don't care. Listen.
According to you, JJ Barea.
Seems to do it.
Hey, listen. I don't. What I'm telling you
thank
is.
you. That's my point, Gully.
Listen. What I'm telling you is this. Has Ant done it yet? I'm keeping it black and white.
He on his way.
He on his way.
Okay, you can be
But,
on your way.
All right, so to be fair in your argument, right? Ant hasn't done it yet.
He ain't done it yet. So until you actually do it, because everybody else we talking about who we mentioning him in a conversation with, it's been done. Regardless if they did it. Listen, don't nobody take nothing from the lady, bless her heart, and that's 85 who go back to Howard and get her degree. They be celebrating it just like they did if she was in her 20s. Okay. So I'm just saying, all right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the fact that she did it, it's done. Everybody else on the list in the conversation, they done did it. Whether they was 85 when they did it or they was 18, it is done. Long as you do it, it's done. Okay? Yeah, he on his way, and it looked good up till now. Okay, yeah, it looked good. Hey.
Has Jalen Brunson done it?
No, what you mean Jalen Brunson ain't done?
New York real hard, man.
Listen,
come on, Barbershop Jay. You rooting for New York real hard.
Listen. What did I say about Jalen Brunson? I said he tough. That's all I said.
Didn't you just say you had to win the championship game?
You did.
No, I didn't say that, bro.
You did say that.
I said Indiana and the Nuggets.
Before that,
you said more than that.
Hey, I ain't say more than that, bro. Now all of a sudden, y'all memory better than mine, bro. Bye, man. We ain't about to do that, bro.
Nah, you've been saying New York.
New York. Yeah, that's it, man.
Okay, so is it who we got in the Western Conference Finals? Let's do that. Who the Western Conference Finals?
If Denver beats OKC,
no, stop saying if. I said who.
We got to.
No,
we got to. This is series still going on.
No. Who gonna be in the Western Conference Finals?
Minnesota. I'm snapping it.
Okay, Minnesota
right there, Minnesota.
They already in, bro.
I'm stamping it, and they're gonna come out. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Look, I've watched too many of those games earlier in the season. And it just seemed like OKC had the Timberwolves number.
Absolutely, they do.
That's also true. That's true.
Absolutely. Don't play. Y'all act like
I mean, these were relatively close wins for the most part, right? In February, 131-128. It took overtime for Minnesota to win. Otherwise, Thunder, 130-123. Oh, Timberwolves, 116-101. And then 113-105. But it just felt like, again, outside of that overtime game, some Herculean efforts. And again, maybe that's the necessary chapter here. When I look at a box score that suggests, let's see, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8 deep from the Thunder bench versus, as I pointed out, 3 from Denver. I like Anthony Edwards and those odds if it were against Denver.
Okay. No, it ain't about no if. I'm asking you right now to pick it. Who in the Western Conference Finals? We got to let Gully go because they got one question I'm going to ask y'all about the NFL schedule, and then we out of here. We appreciate y'all for staying with us this long. Who you got in the Western Conference Finals, bro? Not who you got if somebody don't tie their shoe, or if somebody go through the green door, or if somebody take the blue pill. Who you got in the Western Conference Finals? Since y'all jumping out the tree at 87,000 feet, monkey time shine, you know what I'm saying? DB Cooper, no parachute. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now everybody ain't got nothing to say.
Minnesota.
Yeah, at least Jay, I jump out there. If you're gonna stand,
Who did you say?
If you're gonna sit, but do not waver. King
Besides the New York
and the
Knicks?
3 boys.
Right.
I'm just saying, bro.
That's all he says. That's all he say. He can go Denver, Knicks. Denver,
Villanova and St.
Denver, Villanova, right.
Hey,
I'm glad y'all see the pattern.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad y'all see the pattern.
Denver. New York, baby.
There's a lot of big
Hey.
big East.
For the last 2 weeks, man. That's what it's been.
Hey, you disrespecting your elders. I told y'all from the beginning. I think the Knicks. I thought the Knicks had lost their toughness. I did.
Yeah.
But I see they didn't got it back because Brunson didn't showed why him and Bridges is Villanova. You know what I'm saying? Alums. You know, through and through. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, bro, don't disrespect the Big East, bro. They come from a lineage, bro.
Here we go.
Okay, that's
Joker. Then I say Joker.
That.
Then he be well, you know, it's the Joker. He done did it already.
He's doing a Heath Ledger too with it, you know.
See, but when I say Ant-Man, I'm wrong. I'm a criminal.
No, it ain't that you're a criminal, but you're not Batman. More like Bateman. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah, and we're gonna take another commercial break and we about. Yeah. Ain't no more.
On that note, I'm signing off, y'all. Thank y'all.
Yeah, bye. Sign off. Yeah, then sign off. Yeah, sign off.
All right,
yeah,
now.
we're gonna take another break. When we come back, we ask what this question and then about this NFL schedule. Then we out of here. Appreciate it. All right. Once again, we are back. We're glad y'all can stay with us for this last go round of the P-Rogram, today's portion of the P-Rogram. Next Thursday, we'll be back. It's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes as far as my 9 to 5 is concerned. That's why our schedule is kind of up in the air, hectic too, whatnot. I'll try to send out some sort of notification ahead of time, let folks know when we will or when we won't. But anyway, we're glad that you all are with us still today. All right, the NFL schedule has been released, right? I got one question. Give me 2 early season games that have playoff implications or would have playoff implications right out the gate. Yeah, y'all can't think of nothing, can you? Can't think of nothing, can you?
No. Pop quiz, bro.
Yeah, come on, bro. I mean, what else? How else?
Hit us up right now. What are your 2?
What do you mean? What's my 2? The first one. Everyone. First of all, every one of the Browns is involved in not. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why, right?
No,
the word won't be starting yet.
Yeah, because we don't know who's gonna be starting.
I say the Chargers Chiefs. I was high on the Chargers last season, and I said it was going to take a little bit of time, and obviously Harbaugh got them to the playoffs, and I think this is where the grip that the Chiefs had begins to really show that it's slipping away.
Well, first of all, it's the Kansas City Chiefs against everybody else. I don't know what you're talking about. The Chiefs. What make you think the Chiefs' grip is slipping away?
That beatdown that they took the last game that I saw.
They still got Patrick Mahomes, bro.
No. Again, they were.
He looked more human this season
than
he's
Muppet
looked in previous seasons.
You think so?
Yeah.
Y'all looking at my cradle cap? You see my head down? You looking at my cradle cap? What's so funny? What's so funny, bro? What's so funny? I got a bald head, bro. What you want me to do, bro? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you just keep on living. That's what y'all do. That Giants at Commanders.
Why would that have playoff implications?
Bruh.
Why wouldn't it?
That's
who are the Giants?
Bruh. You don't think Brian Daboll about to get the best out of whoever they got right now?
With who?
On
day one?
You don't think the LASIK surgery worked for Jameis? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's
what you're trying to say?
Is that a serious question right now?
Yes,
It
that's
sound
a
like
serious question. No, it's not. No, I'm saying playoff implications for the Commanders. They got to set the tone early. That's a playoff game on the Commanders side more so than the
What's
Giants.
the over-under on interceptions for that game? If it's Jameis on 2, go ahead and do that.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Well, what games you thought? What you thought I was gonna say? The Browns at the Bengals. The Bengals at the Browns. You thought I was gonna say that?
Well, yeah. Hey, there's
man, please.
As you see, the Bengals have starting to get personal down there with.
Yeah. Well, Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. What I mean, is he wrong though?
At this stage of the game, no. I mean, we see this done quite regularly the other way. So,
and the Bengals have been known, their organization been known to, kind of hold out and whatever it is. But he getting ready to say that's getting ready to come. That's going to have to come to an end.
Yeah.
Well, but now this is where, again, you see this quite regularly where it's like, will somebody take a discount, right?
Right.
And then, well, all of
but do they give out discounts?
Didn't have to take a discount.
No, but do they give out discounts though? Helen? In other words, management will ask the player to take a discount, a hometown discount in a heartbeat, right?
Of course.
Flip side, what does management do? How often do you see management, keep that player on that's a player that's been near and dear to that organization and city, i.e. Nick Chubb? Yeah.
I think his days are gone.
And his foot to the Browns, and they like, nah, we can't, bye. Yes. Yeah. The 49ers at the Seahawks. That's one of I think that's going to play off implications. Because this is it. This is it for the 49ers, bro. Shanahan.
You don't think they're going to reload?
No. Because Brock got some money coming to him, right? Wasn't there some question about whether he was going to get paid?
I thought so.
There's still some questions with that.
Okay, well, this is it. They're 49ers. They all of that, Debo, all of that. They're going to be Debo and all of them going to be on the Raiders next year.
Well, no, he's gone.
What you mean?
He got traded.
Did he? Yeah. To who? Nah, bro. Hey, and I'm telling you right now, Doc, I hope you listen.
He's on Washington.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bro, that had to just happen 10 minutes ago. He wasn't with them in their playoff run last year.
No.
Okay, that's not, all right. Off season. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, that's fine. Yeah. I'm letting y'all know right now, the Lions will not be winning the NFC North this year again. That won't happen. They probably make the playoffs, but bro, they done got rid of too many people and they did the same thing the Browns did. It was a mass exodus on coaching. So unless you and D Gully gonna sign up there, I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't impressed with the coaches myself. I actually think it.
Well, I'm letting you know right now, the Packers win in the North this year. I hate to say it. And that Texans at the Rams. That's my last one. Yeah, that's a play. That's got playoff implications, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the Rams?
What you mean? They still got Matty Buckets, bro.
I think
And they got Sean McVay, bro.
I think his arm is done.
Nah, bro. You said that 5 months. You said
I think Arizona's gonna show him.
No, Arizona. Kyler Murray ain't got no. Cliff Kingsbury might as well. They might as well name a candy bar after him.
Chaka's son was drafted by them, Will Johnson.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Look at that starting corner.
All right. I'm gonna tell you like now. At the end of the day, and on that Ravens and Bills, those are the ones that I'm telling you right now. That's gonna set the tone, bro.
Yeah.
The Ravens and the Bills right now.
So who you got?
Yeah, who you got in that game?
What you mean in that game? I said got playoff implications, bro. Early on, bro. That game got.
Who you got?
Who needs it more? Who needs the playoff implications more?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Yeah, he got the MVP.
But that's right. He did, and he also got the better of Lamar in that last matchup.
Yeah, well,
he did.
So if Lamar gets him back on this one, do the questions begin to swirl?
Hey. Anyway, don't ask me. We getting ready to get out of here. That's all I can tell y'all. It's time for my Metamucil. I'm out. Yeah. And on that note, I'll leave you with this quote. A man's worth depends upon the
It's been fun, y'all, but we gotta run. Check us out on listen.
A man's
201, Double J,
really,
201.
Really, take 2, take 10.
Yeah.
A man's worth depends upon the nobility of his aspirations. I'll repeat. A man's worth depends upon the nobility of his aspirations. How's it, Ali? And on that note, and that was the quote. It's been fun, but we got to run. Don't forget to check us out Thursday at 9:30 on the PM side right here on the yard. Or y'all can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the shop's fan page, and of course, YouTube. And please make sure when you're over at the tube, you hit the button, the subscribe button. We be much obliged. You know what I'm saying? And if that don't work, Google it. For my dudes, Be Rich, Double J, D Gully, and all those who follow us and support us. Did I say Double J? We said thank you. I'm Barbershop Jay. You've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Stop changing the camera angles. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla at your boy, man.